As everybody pretty much knows, all of the stupid things that have been going on as far as like canceling Pepe Le Pew.
Gina
They canceled
Carano.
Johnny Bravo, Mr. Potato Head, Mrs.
Yeah,
Potato
no,
Head.
it's Potato Head now. Yeah, it's pretty
Lola
dumb,
Bunny.
you know.
How they're censoring media from the past because of this newfound, and I call it insensitivity that has been ruling the PC landscape right now. I just don't understand it.
You mean like Coca-Cola doing the training video on how not to be white? Don't be. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
What?
Coca-Cola.
What?
The human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While the typical man is a simple creature, there exists a subgroup, the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex, allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
Hey, everybody. We are the three amigos, or as you guys might know us more familiar as, the last of the nice guys group. I am Manny.
I'm Jason.
I am Joe.
I'm gonna change my name.
Yes, you do. And Joe, you don't obviously know how to use capital letters. That's cool. Anyways, so
I don't. Fuck. Fuck. I don't.
So the reason why I am the voice that's annoying in your ear right now is because it is my topic today. Yay! Finally, I'm in the right mind frame. So today you didn't ask for it, but we definitely want to talk about it. Today's topic is all about our favorite thing to say is cancel culture.
I'm out.
You're out? Oh, okay. All right, Joe, what do you got?
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Cancel
culture. So this
I hate you both.
This is directly related to all of those wonderful Karens out there that I'm gonna. You know what? A video got sent to me earlier today, and I'm gonna send it to you guys really quick. But anyways,
why don't you just play the audio? Put the thing near your thing and
no, you have to watch the video to see what it is.
Okay.
So
who the hell changed my name to Joey?
Oh, Joey.
The fuck just happened? All right.
So the reason why I bring this up is because as everybody pretty much knows, all of the stupid things that have been going on as far as like canceling Pepe Le Pew and
oh my god,
you know, what else did they cancel?
Gina
they
Carano.
canceled Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, like all of the stuff that we enjoyed growing up is pretty much
Mr. Potato Head.
It's Potato Head now. Yeah, it's pretty
Lola
dumb.
Bunny.
You know,
what was the reason for Potato Heads?
Because they wanted to be more gender fluid.
It's just called Potato Head, even though you can buy the Mr. and Mrs. accessories.
They just wanted to be more gender fluid, like, you know, gender bathrooms and stuff.
Being stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's being so stupid.
It is so stupid, okay? Because here's my issue. Who in their right mind really was like, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's do that. For instance, like the Redskins football team, now they're known as the Washington football team. Did we even ask like a real like Indian and was like, hey, does this offend you? I'm pretty sure they were like, we don't give a fuck because the government gives us money as retributions for everything that's happened. So we don't care what you name your football teams and your famous. We don't care about that.
They probably say, in fact, keep the name, give us more money.
I mean, like I
let's be reasonable.
I don't understand. All right, so the link's inside the chat if you guys want to check it out. So I don't get the necessity to be like, somebody's like, oh, well, that needs to be changed. This is so stupid. I feel a certain kind of way. No one cares how you feel anymore, Karen. Shut your damn mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth, Karen.
It is
I
like,
know who's going to be canceled next. It's going to be Headlines Manny from the Last Nice Guys podcast, a critically acclaimed show.
And I'm sorry for all the female friends that actually have the name Karen. This is not for you. I apologize. I'm sorry that was your name when you were born, and that's the name they chose for this kind of unnecessary stupidness. But yeah, it's gone on. It's too much. It is too much. So what's the next thing that they're going to do? Are they going to cancel Porky Pig because it represents stuttering people with a stutter? Are they going to cancel Foghorn Leghorn because he references the country bumpkin regular person who farms and talks like this? Hey, I'll say this is what the problem is. Y'all people just need to shut the fuck up. Anyway, so like I don't get it, man. Like I'm completely frustrated by this whole ordeal. Like, it frustrates me. Gentlemen, do you have anything to say on this? Because I
you know what was really bugging me is how they're censoring media from the past because of this newfound, and I call it insensitivity that has been ruling the PC landscape right now. I just don't understand it.
I don't get it either.
There was one of my Facebook friends posted how they were removing Pinocchio, Cinderella, and something else from the kids only Disney Plus section.
Yes.
And I said, but those are kids movies. So they're removing them from so kids can't access them on their own because of the messaging in it is outdated. That's our culture, that's our history, that's our entertainment history. Offensive, even Song of the South, and I get it. Song of the South is racist, it potentially, but that's part of our history. Put a disclaimer. This was made at a different time. Viewer discretion advised. Boom. Keep it. But why are we hiding this? Why are we making this, a forbidden fruit, a secret? I really believe that a culture or a society that forgets their past is doomed to repeat it. We should have examples of this. We should have examples of how things were back in the past and how evolved allegedly we are now. So movies that were considered kids movies at the time for kids are being removed from the kids section of a kids app because the messaging is outdated, whatever that messaging is, whatever it potentially is. So that's when I saw that, I the friend who posted said, this is a great step forward. And I wanted to comment, what do you mean? What do you mean it's a great step forward? Did you not watch this when you were younger? I mean, if you watch this, listen to it right now, the 30s, 40s right now, they watch these movies when they're younger. Are we not productive members of human society? Actually, are we not the ones that are probably the ones that are doing the cancel culture? It's ridiculous, but we turn out just fine watching this, and if a behavior is exhibited in there that's wrong, then you as a clear-minded person should be able to say, okay, well, that's not appropriate anymore. Or if your kids are watching it, it should be, hey, listen, that's not appropriate.
Right.
That's all it is. But
exactly.
To censor it or to remove it from the zeitgeist makes no sense. That's not how you show progression. That's not how you, by stifling the past or censoring the past. It's driving me nuts. Everybody's getting canceled for any reason whatsoever. I'm telling you, we are now formulating a society where you cannot express any opinion, past or present, does not go along with the norm, whether you agree with it or not. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
completely.
One of my favorite comics who's no longer with us, by the great name of Patrice O'Neill. Funny comic. Look up his special Elephant in the Room. Somewhere alongside there, he talks about how sexual harassment easily gets people fired, right? And he says there should be a date, let's say Tuesday after Thanksgiving, right? Where you should be able to go up to a coworker and mention that they have, wonderful looking assets. you know, and you shouldn't have to get fired for that, or maybe the Tuesday is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving because you're thankful you still have your job, right? So you go up to like a woman who's obviously got her boobs all, whatever, and you go up to them on that day and you go, hey, Karen, you stupid bitch, nice titty meat you got there.
Nice
right?
titty meat.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're just complimenting. Why should somebody get canceled for giving somebody, whatever? Now, again, he's passed on. He's no longer in the world of the living. Great, right. One of the great comics or whatever. Funny story about it, but look what Governor Cuomo. I mean, he's a complete idiot for everything that he's done. Allegedly. But I don't allegedly. But I don't think if like any one of us goes up to somebody and says, hey, that dress looks wonderful on you today, whatever. As long as you don't go overboard, like, oh, it hugs your hips correctly and it makes your ass look wonderful. And goddamn, those titties look tasty.
Damn, that was
that's an HR bomb. You don't want you don't want to do anything like that. But as long as you compliment somebody like it's a nice dress and there's nothing else on it, just let it go. Same thing with cancel culture. Who cares anymore? Mm-hmm. If something has been established so many years ago, like Aunt Jemima, come on, bro. Like, really? That was like the stupidest thing ever. Lando Lakes, let's take off the Indian head and just put Lando Lakes because Indians, we can't portray them on any of our merchandise. That's bad. Why? Indians obviously have been okay with this for so long. Who the hell? Sorry, Joe. Why are white people, okay, are individuals of Caucasian persuasion dictating what exactly is offensive and not? It's like a perfect example, Lando Lakes. Indians, okay, they've never said shit about it, but it took a whole bunch of Caucasian individuals. Oh, I don't like that. This doesn't work out. How do you feel about that? Oh yeah, if that was me on there, I'd be really upset. Fuck it, we're just take it off.
I like your honky impression.
It's just none of it really makes any sense to me. And this goes back to our last episode where we said everybody has an opinion, everybody wants to say something, and apparently the wrong people are listening at this point because it's like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Hey.
No, the wrong people are stating their opinions, and everybody else is just going with the flow without really like, oh yeah, that should upset me too because you're upset about it. It's just like, it just sounds like it's what you just said is like a weird version of cultural appropriation. So what you are is you're not that group, that ethnicity, that race, or that gender that's upset. So you're taking upon yourself to be upset for them and thus putting it to the forefront and causing an issue. And that's what it sounds like to me. I'm just like, what is really going on? It's like you wake up and you find something, somebody has to be upset about this. Let's make it happen. All right, wake up the next day, let's find something else. It's like they're going down the thing. And by the way, corporations are monetizing the cancel culture movement. So there's like, okay, we're progressive because we're gonna take this off because we know it's gonna be offending somebody. Come on.
So you mean like Coca-Cola doing the training montage or the training videos for their new employees or employees, their existing employees. They were doing a training video on how not to be white. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
What?
Coca-Cola.
What?
You didn't hear about that shit?
So Coca-Cola made a video. Or it was like, because I follow a lot of anons, political stuff. So one of the stuff I found out was that like Coca-Cola did and they were serious about this. They did a training video for white people on how to be less white. Be less white.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
It means that see, this is the reason why. And just to piggyback from what you guys are saying, this is the reason why that I'm bringing political stuff into this real quick for a second. This is the reason why that I feel like liberals and Democrats have this theory that if we go ahead and promote a negative agenda for the masses to, I guess, to follow or cooperate with, then that means that we actually, to them, in their heads, we actually did something right. So the reason why I'm saying this is because you didn't have to have that video in Coca-Cola to be a training video for specific white people to be less white. You didn't have to have that. This was to please. And this is exactly what they were saying, how people were talking about this on Reddit and everything. This was to please the people who actually felt offended by everything that's been going on for the past couple of years, centered around the BLM movement and stuff like that. And the idea that you're telling me I'm a worker in Coca-Cola. You're telling me I'm supposed to watch this video to be less white. I'm quitting immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I would record that shit.
I'm quitting immediately.
And I would throw that up on the internet. Absolutely.
Like, have we gotten this like dramatized about nothing? Back in the you had a great
Say that again. About
dramatized about nothing.
Thank you very much. I just want to make it very clear.
I mean, we've had ancestors, both of us, maybe like great grandparents, and their parents that have been in wars that have dealt through far worse than what we fucking pussies are going through today. Like, far worse. And you're telling me you're getting offended because white people are acting too white. So you need to create a training video in order for them to not be so white.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
When I heard that, I died laughing. Okay, so
I thought it was fake. I thought it was like some pop-ups.
No.
Oh, but it was actually
it's
real.
some real shit.
It's a real shit.
How come I didn't hear about this? How come this is not all over the news? Like,
okay, so listen, I watch the Daily Show with Trevor Noah every day.
Okay.
And he brought that up like a couple of days ago, and I was like, "This is the biggest horse shit I've ever heard." Like this makes no sense. So do you only show this video to like Caucasian people, or do you do like does everybody have to sit down and then they look at the one white guy like, yeah,
you need to go to
that, Steven? Joey.
So segregation is back then.
Like,
so
I'm supposed to apologize for being white. What the fuck? Are you serious?
You personally though, Joe, should apologize because of your Aryan ancestors. That's not the point.
Shut the fuck up.
And
that's one thing. You every day you need to look in the mirror and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean, this means segregation is back. So, your privilege is showing.
There it is.
So what I'm saying is that segregation is back because now you can have non-whites watching one video and whites watching another video. Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, isn't that's how crazy it is. Now, I'm sure our guests in the audience, okay, this is for you, Joey, because this is your people. What's going on? I mean, what has been going on in the last few meetings that you guys have had together? Like, I'm not saying that you're a Klan member. Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten together.
By the way, the Democrats created the KKK. Let me just put that out there.
Yes, they did. Historically, they did.
Let me just put that out there.
All right, but we're not talking Democratic or Republican, okay? We're talking about you as a non-KK member officially, okay? We're not going to say allegedly, maybe. What is wrong? What is wrong with your people? Huh? Can you tell Dr. Phil?
I will go ahead and ultimately tell you that those people do not have nothing to do. First of all, I like to separate
himself from
I do. I'd like to go ahead and separate myself from the ignorant, pushover, guilt, bullshit white people that go ahead and say, we need to go ahead. Like, I remember seeing a video last year when all the riots stuff were happening, and there was a video. I swear to God, this made me cringe. I think this is in California, how they used to have like outdoor seating before they closed everything down. There was like outdoor seating, regular stuff. You would have like white people passing by, like a family of black people, and saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm sorry. Like, while they're eating dinner.
For what? What are they saying sorry for?
I'm sorry. And these are these liberal, like, fucking hipster people, white people, that do the most damage and say these stupid things. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. While they're eating, I'm not kidding you not. I've seen this video like 100 times last year, and they would just pass them by, as they were eating dinner outside. Family of 4.
Family of 4, ribs, orange soda. I know.
That was actually funny.
No salt on anything on their food.
Very, very, very seasoned. Like, no. And on top of what I just said, out of all seriousness, let me read you guys a quote. You guys know who Herschel Walker is, right? The football player? Okay, Manny. Herschel Walker.
Right.
Manny, you know who he is. Yep. So he goes to, and this is a really great company called Brit-Brat, who does like conservative news and stuff like that. Right. He was like, quote unquote, reparations. Where would the money come from? He said, does it come from all the other races except the black taxpayers? He said, what? He said, what percentage of black must you be to receive reparations? He goes, do you go to 23andMe or a DNA test to determine the percentage of blackness? He goes, I quote, it says the video, it's 3-minute video, Herschel Walker. He goes, great guy, by the way, he's so funny. He goes, Herschel Walker, we use black power to create white guilt.
Yeah.
And you know, it just goes around and around and around and around. I don't see this ever stopping because people are so fucking brainwashed by this.
Here's my thing. If I was a white guy, or you know, if I was anything so slightly superior to Joe, right? I would not feel any inherent white guilt. Why? Well, A, I didn't do anything to the minorities that I'm aware of, and B, I didn't choose. I didn't wake up and say, okay, I want to be white, and I was born white. You're putting me in a position where I should feel sorry or bad about the race that I was born into that I didn't even choose to be born into. So, you know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get the inherent white guilt nonsense. I don't know why anybody would think that if you're white, in any shape or white, you have to have an inferiority complex immediately just because of the way you were born. Again, you didn't choose to be born that way. You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I wouldn't be one of those. I'm so sorry for whatever perceived slight my race did 100, 200, 300 years ago that I may not be aware of.
Yeah.
Enjoy your ribs.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this?
Right.
enjoy your ribs.
It's just
enjoy your ribs, by the way.
Yeah, it's so much. It's a certain group of people that are just they're taking it like 5 steps too far, because the next, like I said, what's the next thing that you're gonna cancel?
You know what I think of when you said that? Remember when you were kids and you'd walk up the stairs, you try and take 2 or 3 stairs at a time and do like a jump run while you go up the stairs? That's what I think you're talking about. They're just going like this. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like,
and nobody's stopping though.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Manny.
It's like what the hell is gonna be next, man? Like, again, are we gonna go for colors now? Because not for nothing, but Crayola did this thing that we covered on the other podcast, how they changed some of the names of their colors, or they added new colors.
Oh my God, yes.
Like,
I hate this world.
I don't.
They canceled
right now.
They canceled Dr. Seuss.
I was just gonna say that Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Because of some of the characters that were depicted were too Asian looking or too black looking or whatever. Like, who cares? I'm sure when Dr. Seuss did this and he was all high on mushrooms and all sorts of other shit, I'm sure he wasn't like, let's put some retarded looking Asian people in here. I'm sure it wasn't supposed to be depicted as a in a manner of trying to be racist or obscene to somebody. Like, what is the point of even bringing that in here? Like, what is next? Are they gonna go into Sesame Street and be like, Oscar the Grouch?
Yes.
Oscar the Grouch reminds us of all the black people that have hit hard times during the opioid pandemic.
Damn.
So Oscar's out. We can't deal with that.
Everything is on the table. Everything, okay, is on the table for it's nonsense. That's the whole point.
You cancel Dr. Seuss, but you allow a song like "Wet Ass Pussy" to be played all over over the world.
That is so insane. How like it makes
honestly, Manny, I'm beginning to think that like these things are done purposely. They have to be done purposely.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
feel like these things are done purposely to send a message or for division, to divide
Yep.
people. It
Yeah.
has to be. I cannot.
But that's what it is.
There has
We
to
know
be
that.
that reason. No,
But,
of
but
course.
we know this. We know this that all this stuff is taking. Let's say our society is a nice pie, and you keep dividing the pie, dividing the pie, dividing the pie, dividing the pie. Eventually, you have minuscule pieces, and when you have a pie that pieced apart, it can never be put back together. No matter how, even if you smush it back together, there's gonna be holes forever. It's just dividings. We're being divided by culture, religion, race, ethnicity, uh, PC culture, gender, and and it's funny. And when you think they've cut us up thin enough, they find something else to cut us thinner.
Of course,
and
yeah,
thinner and
yeah.
thinner. It's just it's divide and conquer. They're keeping us divided. And the sad part about it is, though, and I've told this to many people, the world is a stage, you guys, and we are being played by the puppet masters, and you're being told what to be infuriated about. You're being told what to be feared about. You're being told what to fight about. You don't even know if you even agree. You just know that everybody else agrees, and they don't know if they agree because somebody else agrees.
100%.
Lemmings mentality is going to ruin us. And then we've got three gentlemen here who actually, God forbid, think. And you have people like name Rescended will say that's dangerous thinking. So the thing against the grain is dangerous thinking. To first question what you're being told first. I'm not saying, I didn't say be an anarchist. And anarchy is not really a bad word. It's being co-opted is a bad word. But I'm not saying go out there and say you guys are so bad and I'm gonna burn shit down. But what I am saying though is taking a moment to think before you react. Think before you cast your judgment. Critical thinking has now become a taboo because critical thinking usually goes against the norm. And then that's a problem. When did thinking for yourself become bad?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can't imagine in the past somebody looking at somebody saying, hey, if you think of yourself, that's dangerous.
And I think the three of us have a really good the only thing I like about what we're able to do is that we are able to talk about this, whether it be on a podcast or like amongst each other off air, and not, mind you,
feel insulted.
That, and even worse, not get killed or jailed, because there are other countries who, if we did this and we were living in those countries, we would be dead by now, or tomorrow we would be dead. So because we're speaking out against many different things that are the obvious.
The unfortunate new social norm, which is the main problem. Like society now, it's no longer about everybody speaking their own terms. It's everybody just being against everybody being opinionated, everybody stating what they are offended by. And I'm sorry, man, just like every other person has said before, your feeling of being offended is not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry.
Fucking men. I love it.
I don't care what makes you feel offended. At the end of the day, how much turmoil are you causing yourself? Because you're the only one that's like, oh my God, this is bothering me all day. You're stressing out about it. But the other person that quote unquote offended you has already moved on to quote unquote offend somebody else.
Hells yeah.
Because
I think that what you're saying is right. As long as what you're saying is you're not actually meaning to cause harm, say what you want to say. And if somebody gets, everyone's gonna get offended with something. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you right now, the minute Joe's mug appears on these video recaps, somebody's offended. Guaranteed. I don't even have to question that. But it is what
with the word cancel culture right here.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. So
yeah, especially since my name is Joey. That sounds like some Williamsburg, Brooklyn shit. Like automatically they're gonna be like, oh, I can relate to that guy.
Joey. But I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, man. I'm just saying, it's just like, come on. If somebody's deliberately running in there and yelling fire in a movie theater, fine, I get it. You deliberately intend to harm, to cause chaos, whatever. But if you're just speaking your mind because you're speaking your mind and somebody disagrees with you, that shouldn't be an automatic cancel. It shouldn't be an automatic, oh my God. Okay, fine. So he thinks differently. If you want to try and educate him, have a spirited debate, and then agree to disagree and move on.
Right. Yeah. It's just like all of the news media outlets right now. You'll have a long drawn out speech from President Biden, Donald Trump, Governor Cuomo, whoever it is, anybody. Right. And when they show you the clip on the news, it's like a short.
Oh yeah, it's a bite.
Short,
it's a bite.
Yeah, a little bite that's completely taken out of context.
Yes.
Like for instance.
Oh, you mean like all the 4 years of Trump being in office? Where they that's what they did.
But Jay, they do. I did say Trump. Did I not say Trump?
No, you
said
did.
Everybody.
I was about to say
everybody.
Jay could have done an excellent job editing all the speeches that he did.
Oh hell yeah!
The media completely made him look like shit.
As an editor,
like horribly looked like shit.
As an editor, it is. You'd be surprised how easy it is to edit somebody out of context. I'll briefly. If I had there was a reality show that I was editing. I was producer for, I was the director for a while. It's called Journey to a Dream, and the show wasn't boring. It just wasn't compelling.
Exciting.
Right? It wasn't compelling. So what I did was the little mundane drama there was. I blew that shit up through editing, and I used clips for unrelated clips, by the way, of the past to imply there was romance between two characters when in reality there really wasn't. It was kind of a one-sided thing. But I played it off in such a way, and I focused on certain clips and the way they looked at each other. And I played certain music. You would swear there was romance there. There was no romance there. I'm telling you right now, there wasn't. But because I needed to spice it up these first 2 episodes, I was like, okay, let's see what I can do. What can I pull out? I just watched this. Okay, well, let's focus on that look. So when he says this, cut to this reaction to her face. It is easy. I'm telling you right now,
very easy.
Take somebody and make a situation or somebody look different than it really is. As an editor, I'm telling you, it's easy and quite fun. It is fun. It is fun.
And that's I bring that up because of the fact that that's why what Manny said about the all the speeches, and like that was a perfect example. You're only shown what you want to see. Nothing is shown in truth.
Right.
Everything is shown for you to hate this person, hate that group, and hate this gender. I hope I really. That's why I'm hoping and praying that soon we start. I mean, I do all the readings and stuff like that and research. I'm hoping that sometime this year, this is a wake-up call to the people who still take that fucking blue pill and who have not taken the red pill and seen
Matrix.
So Matrix. I can't, but you know what? Fuck you. I'm Manny, go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off, man.
You guys are good. It's fine. It's fine.
You said, Matrix. Oh, fuck. What a dick.
Oh, God. See, this is good that we can just, the 3 of us can sit here and laugh on such a tragic topic, because the travesty of this topic is it's everywhere. Yep. It's going nowhere, but it's actually going to continue to transcend into nothingness.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. You know, if people just thought for themselves, like Jason said earlier, and just be like, wow, you know what? This is absolutely asinine. Yes. Like, why? Why do I care? If Porky Pig stutters, who cares? Dr. Seuss drew little pictures or whatever, and then now people are taking it out of context. The original writer of Dr. Seuss is a racist. No, that's just how he pictured some of his characters. Who gives a shit? Are we gonna break down every movie in the past now? Are we gonna do everything that happened?
A great example. The documentary, The Problem with Apu. Okay. Okay. Remember? And even the Simpsons said it's funny because some things that are taken, that are fine for 20 years, all of a sudden there's a problem. What are we gonna do? And they kind of just broke the fourth wall and looked at the camera. And I mean that. It's like if something is truly offensive, and I'm being maybe a little facetious, maybe even if something is truly offensive, it's offensive once it comes out. Oh my God. It doesn't sit there and permeate our culture, and then all of a sudden we're like, you know what? This kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's because, I mean, yes, cultures change, things change, people change, to the point even where the actor's like, listen, if it's really offensive, I'll stop playing the character. But I'm like, but it's been here forever. What do you mean?
So,
you know, now, I'm not saying something that's been there forever, because what? They're like, oh, racism has been there forever and that changed. Okay, I get that. That's systemic, and that's truly negative. And
right.
people haven't, people who, I'm sure people were saying stuff about it when it first started happening, of course. But it just took a while for these institutions to get over it. But I'm talking about the genuinely first issue of a problem should happen almost instantaneously. It shouldn't take 10, 20, 30 years. We shouldn't be digging, we shouldn't be digging into somebody's freaking social media past to find something to cancel them with. That's where my problem really lies.
I always talk about this with the significant other, by the way, what you said, Jay, when it comes to when I tell her, and this is like, you can, this is just solid proof of just looking up your work, your research, looking everything up. Pre Civil War, what you said was on point. Like, everything about slavery, terrible. Slaves, the idea of slavery has been existing for even way before that. But let's just say post Civil War, things started to gradually change.
Right.
And then now you see other minorities, like literally every minority post Civil War, begin to flourish, get more opportunities, get more jobs, get this, get that, get much more things than they were able to get pre-Civil War.
Correct.
So now you have all these opportunities for African Americans, other minorities, to get whatever they want, become successful. Do you know how many like African American inventors there were that invented like the everyday modern thing?
Yep.
So what I'm trying to say is that I wish people would educate themselves, like our society, like right now, today, about these things, so that they can see that you've been taught lies, that you cannot do anything because they're telling you cannot do anything.
Right.
But in actuality, you have gotten more opportunities, more advances in life, a lot of things than you actually realize you have gotten. I mean, this is, to me, this is the problem I have, because like, it's the brainwashing, like you guys were saying.
But of course,
the brainwashing. Oh, you guys aren't good enough, and it's always
the man is putting you down. It's a white man's fault. It's a white man's.
It's always them saying.
That's why I can't stand. Listen, I mean, mixed or not, I'm a black man. Okay, I've always identified as a black man, at least in private, and I've said many times, the single most annoying thing about my race, about my ethnicity, or whatever you want to call it, is the victim mentality that we have. I hate that.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Nuts. Okay. It's so bad because my father, a quick story about the reason why I have a hyphenated last name. My it's typical. The woman has the baby has the father's last name. That's tradition, correct? I don't know how long that's gonna last, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That might be canceled.
So my dad's last name is Henriques, and my mom's last name is Grant, and they went back and forth. This is a story I was told, because I was always wondering, why do I have a hyphenated last name? It's annoying as shit. And I'm just like, it is. So the story that I was told was that my dad, because Henriques is Spanish, it sounds Spanish. Whether it's a Z or an S, it sounds Spanish. He was thinking back when I was a newborn that if my last name was Henriques, it was going to impact me getting a job in the future. We're talking about he's thinking he's playing 7D chess. He's all the way in 18, 19, 20 years into the future. He did not want me to have Henriques because of that. So they came to a compromise and became Grant-Henriques because legally, usually would cut off the Henriques. It'd be Jason Grant-Henry, Henri. Okay, and he felt that way because he was like, the man's gonna put him down, and I'm not knocking my father for his decision, but that's the mentality I'm talking about. That you're so concerned about the man putting you down that it's impacting the tradition of giving your child your last name.
Right.
How you feel about the culture and the society, in the country which you're living in, as opposed to, well, Henriques aside, I'm going to raise my son to be whatever, give him the merit. And I'll tell you forever, my father would always tell me, this is going to hold you back. this is gonna hold you back. I mean,
okay. right. Yeah.
Okay, so your hair is a little bit more straight, but you know, and oh my God, when I first started growing a beard out, I started growing a beard in my 30s. He said that watch how long you grow your beard because he might think that you're a Muslim and discriminate against you. This is how he thinks, you know, and I get it, you know, but that's what I'm saying is that the victim mentality that the minorities have, especially in my opinion, the black people, black folk, that's what keeps us down. Just the perceived social injustice, the perceived inferiority that we're told, because you know. But I bet you if we rose up together, we invested in our own community, there wouldn't be a gentrification. There wouldn't be all this black on black nonsense. Why? Because we together said, okay, well, we want to change this. We want to change this.
I was just saying that today. That's fucking crazy. I was just saying that today.
All I'm saying. Wow. It's not about who's putting you down. It's about who you're not rising up with. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I had a dream, ladies. Okay, carry on.
I was just saying that today. We were driving past what was it? We were driving past some neighborhood.
Bed-Stuy.
No. We were coming from downtown Brooklyn. We were coming up. And we passed on like Clarendon or something like that. I think it was like Nostrand Avenue. It's like somewhere in Nostrand. Yeah, Nostrand close to Church Avenue. So we were
watch it now. Watch it.
We were
watch it.
No, we were passing. No, we were passing. We were coming up to go back home, and Car Jane, my fiance, points out, she's like, you know, not for nothing though, but like, I don't know why. She's like, I don't know why like black people have to keep their neighborhoods looking so terrible. And I was like, well, it doesn't have to be that way at all. It doesn't. You go to any Jewish neighborhoods, any Asian neighborhoods, any, you know, Italian, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You see that the reason why they don't have it that way is because they don't want it that way.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. I don't like this whole thing of like keeping you down, and you know how many times in the past,
you don't even need a lot of money.
You don't. No, you don't.
You need volunteers. You don't. You don't need the money. You can just do it yourself.
Do you know how easy it is to get a real estate license, no matter what?
Yeah.
Color you are? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking. You know how many times I got pushed to the side in interviews when I was younger for minorities and African Americans.
Oh, back when affirmative action was a thing.
Yeah, right. No, I legit. I had the same qualifications. You know,
action.
whatever it was, I had the same. No, but but you have to understand that like they came dressed better. They had a bigger resume. Like you have, and the fact
it's always going to be bigger. It's always going to be bigger.
The fact that these people are looking, like these companies are looking at that as like, this person, no matter what color of his skin is, he just has more experience.
Exactly. He doesn't have his.
I'm hiring him.
Right.
Yeah, you're such a dick. So yeah, so that to me is how you should be looking at people. I don't like that whole, I'm restrained from doing this, that. No, you're not. You're not.
But the victim mentality is easier, Joe. It's easier to play the victim. It's easier to say that somebody's putting me down and staying down. It is harder to stand up. And it's the funniest thing about it though, because in all intents and purposes, I'm very well read, I'm well spoken. But Flatbush, when I was growing up, I don't know how I turned out, or my siblings at all turned out the way we turned out, because it was not the way it is now. It was very rough. I had to sprint from the pizza shop, which was literally 3 long blocks away, back to my house because somebody would try and steal it from me. That is how rough 21st Street was. That was how rough. No, seriously, I was actually jumped for a pizza box on the way back once from with 4.
Sorry.
And I'm just, and you know, I had
your privilege is showing, Joe. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
No, I'm just picturing him running.
No, I wasn't running. I was speed walking. Is that it was rough back then, and for all intents and purposes, I should have been one of those rough. You know, excuse my language, niggas. I should have been one of those. How I didn't turn out that way, I don't know. It was good.
And then you'll turn around. You'll hear someone say, "Oh, Jay, but you sound white." So
exactly,
I can't sound intelligent. Is that a Is that based off of
race? That's
what
what I'm saying. Is that? Can you believe that?
That's the stupid.
Speaking white when a black person says you speak too white, it means that you speak eloquently and
You
intelligent.
articulate yourself eloquently.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
What
crazy.
the fuck?
That is the most insulting thing a black man could say to another black man. Period.
Yep.
So
I use big words that you don't understand, so that means I'm acting white.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes no sense.
Yep.
Pick up a fucking dictionary and you'll use the same words that I'm using. You dumb fuck.
But you know what? There was a good scene. There's a good scene in the 40-year-old version when a young Kevin Hart is with there. Remember? I don't know if you guys remember this. He was this guy, and he's like, "Listen, you're my homie. You're my nigga. You're supposed to help me make this sale." The guy says, "Listen, I'm not no nigga. Okay, I'm gonna let's let this go. Let's proceed with this sale amicably." That's what he says, amicably. Kevin Hart says, "Listen here, you're throwing too many big words at me right now. Okay, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me make this sale." And that's when the guy goes, "You know what? You want your nigga? Here's your nigga right here."
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's my point. Is that God forbid, you speak anything beyond the ghetto vernacular. Okay, I don't know. I can't. Oh yeah, there it is.
That's the part. That's the part.
That's the part. Even though it's not really, it looks weird. But the point is though, is that for you to put somebody down of your own race because they're trying to make something of themselves. Now they don't remember where they're coming from. They're posers. I mean, come on, guys.
But see, this exact thing right here. That's something that needs to be canceled. So all you Karens and cancel culturists out there, this is something. Cancel that shit. Okay, cancel something that actually means something. Not within everybody's unique race, because we're all fucking human. We're all one race. It doesn't matter where we come from.
We all bleed.
We all bleed the same. We all breathe the same air. Exactly. We all have the same stomach problems. Like, whatever. If I have the boo-boos, you guys got the boo-boos. Exactly.
Yeah, all our shit stink. All our insides are pink. I mean, it's the weirdest thing.
I don't care what anybody says. You don't shit roses. Okay?
Exactly.
I don't care what anybody says.
Unless you take one of those pills, though, it actually does work.
Just like eating pineapple. Anyway,
I never heard that though. I should do that.
It's not for shit, but it's never.
I
have something for you guys.
Shut up, Joe.
I have something for you.
Fuck.
That's why you got two fucking last names.
Damn!
I got something for you guys.
If he could only be added to the Zoom if I kicked him out. But you know what I'm saying? It's the only reason why I kept from.
I was the first one here. Anyway, no, I have something for you guys. The caption on Instagram says, it says them. It says respect their pronouns. They prefer she, her, or they. And then this is video of this girl. She's like this.
All these people talking about respect their pronoun. I ain't respecting shit. That is a grown man with a dick.
Ooh.
It is a grown man with a dick. That is a grown man. It is not a woman. All these people talking about respect their pronoun. I ain't respecting shit.
Ooh.
That is a
So, I mean, this kind of goes along with what we're talking about. Only because that is part of the whole cancel culture as well.
Yes, it is.
That is a very, now, again, everything we talked about was complete and utter bullshit when it came to why they're doing this. Like, it's just fucking stupid. I have nothing against the gay community. However, this new thing that's going on with these with transgender people and stuff like that, no problem with them. I mean, honestly, I don't have any issue with that entire community. Not. I just think that stuff like this what she was saying in the video, to me, makes perfect sense. Because
that is your sex. That is your biology. You know and no matter what you say or do, you can't change your biology. At least right now you can. Okay. If you maybe in the future you can change your whatever, but I'm saying that yes, that's why sex is not gender. Sex is what you are biologically. Gender is what you claim to be. Yeah, you claim to be,
choice,
which has no relation to your biology. That's what gender is, which is why I don't subscribe to that term gender, because for me it doesn't exist. Because gender, and if you find out who created gender, oh my God, this guy, from what I can tell, from my I know, real quick lesson, you guys should look at him. I forget his name. The doctor that created gender, he did a study on two twins, and he believed that he could raise. They're both male twins. He believed he could raise one of them as a female and make him identify as a female when he grows up. And he did it, and allegedly he had them perform sex acts. So like the male twin would simulate sex acts on the female to condition her as a bottom. And in the end, they both committed suicide, both of them, when they were older, both kids, because the one who he believed he could raise as a woman, as a girl, never identified as a girl ever. And he even did a interview, and shortly after the interview, he blew his brains out. And the other one had alcoholic problems and whatever. That's the father of gender. So you guys use these terms like gender. You don't know where it came from. Who created it? I researched it. It's unfortunate I can't remember, and I would Google it right now, but I would go on a totally different rant. But the doctor who created the term of gender did it by literally abusing two young, impressionable twin babies.
Sounds like something to do right now, too.
And that's something you want to get behind and say, oh, this is different gender. No, I'm not saying you don't have the right to identify as something else. But what I am saying is, though, you're subscribing to a term that's found its roots in child abuse. Mm-hmm. This is why I'm saying you need to understand what you're getting behind before you get behind something.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why I don't ever subscribe to the term gender. That's why, for me, you either male or you're female as your sex.
Yes.
I subscribe to sex. What are you biologically? Because again, that's something you can prove. You can be whatever you want gender-wise. I don't care. Doesn't bother me so long as you're not trying to force me to get with you because you feel that you whatever, which is kind of happened, by the way. No. Long story short, because I was getting harassed by a transgender on a dating app because don't get me wrong, I originally thought this is a female woman and I'm only attracted to that. Just make it very clear. And when I said, "Oh, well, you look great," and she did, whatever they did. But I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not into that," And I was harassed for a while. You're this and that, and blah. I said, "Wait. Why am I this and that? If I don't find dating a biological man who identifies as a woman, because I think it was pre-op, that I'm wrong for that. I couldn't."
There's a select few people like that in the world who act like that. That's really fucking annoying.
And when I say really harass, I had to block this individual because he called me every name in the book. I didn't know Andrew. All I said was, "Good luck on here," but I'm not really interested in that. But good luck on here. Everything.
They got offended.
You're a bigot. You're what are you talking about?
How are you a bigot? A bigot for how? Because you respectfully said.
I respectfully said,
"Good luck on there. I'm not into that."
Nope. Yeah, but this is a while ago, but it happened back when.
No, it's still relevant to this episode.
It is
absolutely.
It is. But I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Is that you go for it, but understand that not everybody has to think like you. Not everybody has to. And I'm telling you right now, there's one thing I'll tell you right now. I don't know if I'll ever get behind. And this is just my opinion. Transgenders using the bathroom of the gender that they associate with. I don't know if I'd ever be able to get on board with that. I just don't know. I don't see myself being cool with somebody who's born biologically male, identifies as a female, post pre-op using a woman bathroom. Especially if I have daughters. I'm sorry. I don't think I'll ever get on board with that.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with that. With the world that we currently live in and all the sick fucks that we have out there, what's to stop?
Exactly.
Right. What's to stop somebody from taking advantage of that? I put a wig on and a dress and I say, and I can do it really well. I'm a woman, guys. He's sitting down and I'm going to use this restroom over here.
Exactly.
What's to stop me from going into a woman's restroom and utilizing that whole little metaphoric absent to my advantage?
Yeah.
Now I'm in a women's restroom and I see all these, whatever goes on in there because I hear some nasty stuff and I'm down with the dirty. But people are going to take advantage of that. So, but then if you stop it or you try and stop it, it's like, I need to speak to your manager. This is going to be all over the news. It goes above and beyond. But it's just somebody trying to call out on your bullshit. And that's the problem. Somebody actually tried to think for themselves because they saw something happening and they were like, no, that's not right. Something's wrong there. Because I have daughters and I'd be fucking dead if a man walks into my daughter's bathroom while they're in there. And
he doesn't identify as a man. He identifies as a unicorn.
Okay. I don't give a damn. The man has the individual has a penis.
Like what the woman said. Like what the woman said.
Yeah.
He's got a penis. How do I know that this individual is not going in there to do something, inappropriate in front of my daughters?
Yeah.
I don't care.
But then now you're claiming that and this is what they're gonna say. This is how they are. Well, now you're claiming that the LGBTQQT Incorporated.com are
backwards.
Are all degenerates. Is that what you're trying to say, Manny? That they're all degenerates? They're all sexual deviants?
Of course not. But here's the issue, right? So this country, as fucked up as it is, has been able to disenfranchise and separate everybody based on the color of their skin. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. How come it is so much more difficult to do that with individuals that identify themselves as a certain thing?
Because now it's no longer politically correct. It's no longer part of the norm.
So why are we doing it by color still?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's tradition, though. You can't fight tradition.
Yeah, this whole LGBTQ plus it just started. No, motherfucker, it has not just started. No. This has been going on.
Yeah,
just no one's talked about it. Yeah. Just no one said anything about it because it was one of those like, I'm really into that guy. I can't say nothing. Like in Tropic Thunder, that opening scene.
Yes. Satan's Alley. Bad boy,
like this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's like we're picking and choosing what to cancel, which is the wrong shit, and the important stuff that needs to be decided on and discussed, no one's bringing up anymore.
Here's the problem, though. It's because of this. It's because when everything is given equal importance, then nothing is important. That's what it is. Right. Because now I'm telling you right now, because you see how dismissive we're becoming already because of this stuff. Now watch when something real happens. It's gonna take us a hot minute to get our blood boiling because we're so burnt out because of all the other bullshit. Yep. That's what I'm saying. So when something really we all need to really stand up and really cancel happens, we're like, oh god, here's another one. Yeah. This is terrible.
We're focused on the wrong shit.
Yeah.
We have been focused on the wrong shit. The things that we should be focused on are clearly out there, but no one gives a fuck because the distraction is so real. To divide people is way easier to control. I mean, why not? Why am I going to have black people and white people work together and then overthrow us when we could just divide them and fight each other?
Could you imagine what would happen if a well-informed, eclectic society woke up and said, hey, none of this makes any sense? And started listening to the command, together. Oh my God, the power that we collectively have. But when you divide that power up, it becomes nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Here's a perfect example. When's the last time you heard anything about Texas?
Well, okay.
Well, what's the new thing in the news right now?
Well, I don't really watch the news.
I don't watch it either. Oh, but I do know from what I on social media, Biden's speech has happened tonight. Right. No one watched it.
Biden's speech, the passing of the $1.9 trillion relief bill, and Governor Cuomo. Okay. Sorry. Those are the things across the board that you're hearing about right now. Okay. No one says anything about Texas and what they went through if they've recovered. No one knows anything.
Oh, because that's over and done with. That's over and done with.
Right. It's over and done with. Everybody had their it popped up. This was disastrous. This is what happened. But that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem with our society. Everybody's focus is everywhere. It's a shuffle game. You ever seen the movie Wag the Dog?
No.
Dennis Hopman and Martin Short, I think it is. I can't remember. But no, I'm sorry. Shit, I gotta look it up. It's Dennis Quaid. No, fuck, I can't think of it.
Okay, well, we can skip that.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis
Mr.
Hopper.
Quaid.
Well, anyways, they're two, basically, there it is. All right. They're two Hollywood producers. It's Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Two Hollywood producers hired by the government to take the eyes off the take the public's eyes off the scandal that was currently happening in the current White House in that movie.
Yep.
So they depicted and made a fake war.
Oh,
they hired actors. Yeah. Hired actors, did all sorts of shit.
See, you know, they're caught doing that shit too.
Right. So they did all this shit just to get everybody's attention off the president and the scandals that was going on. And they even brought somebody home and buried him as a war hero. Like, they did all sorts of shit. And at the end of the movie, Dustin Hoffman's like, wow, we did a really good job. Do we get credit for it? Robert De Niro's like, no, we can never talk about this. We can never say anything about this ever again. Like, this is dead right now. Like, it's over. No, but that's fucked up.
Yeah. It's funny how Hollywood does that.
Exactly.
They give you real things that happen,
but they do it in a way where they belittle it.
These people will never believe this shit.
No,
like, we make
this fictional. We make this fictional. So, you know, if it actually comes out in the future, people are like, well, you know, what do you mean that movie? That's just movie. It's just fictional. That's what it is. The Hollywood will do that. Hollywood will put out something like, because I still to this day believe that Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. It's a really good premise. The Shooter with Mark Wahlberg is literally them telling Lee Harvey Oswald's story. It feels just like that. I'm just like, wait a minute, this is way too specific.
That's a dude who allegedly shot Kennedy, right?
Correct. So in the movie Shooter, Bob Lee Swagger, or whatever his name was, right?
Yeah.
He's like military guy, good sharpshooter. And he's approached by government people saying, hey, listen, there's a plot to kill the president. We're concerned. You're good. You're one of the best sharpshooters that we know. Can you case these 3 different locations and tell us which one you think is going to be the best spot that a shooter would make an attempt on the president's life? He actually goes. He agrees. He goes to these spots, gets caught on camera, visiting and casing the locations. On the spot that he says is where it's going to happen, it does happen, and he's framed for it. And there's a cop that tries to kill him, and it's all about him running away from this whole situation because he was originally approached by government officials, and it wasn't to kill the president. I think he ended up killing either the mayor or some African guy or something, some other person. So
even worse.
So here's the thing. So what I'm saying is that when I watch this movie, I'm like, this is very specific. It's good storytelling, but what if they're literally telling us what probably happened to Lee Harvey Oswald? You know, something like that. The Manchurian Candidate, another concept that I think is there's some base in reality because of MK Ultra and all that other mind warping crap that they were doing in the 70s and 80s, I believe it was.
Hilarious, you just mentioned that. I just posted something in our.
But the Manchurian Candidate?
No, you'll see when you guys go in that chat. But yeah, I agree. I
Stuff
completely
like this.
agree.
There are certain things that they bring up, and you're like, okay, well, it makes for good movies.
People were just recently, like a couple years ago, now catching on to the fact that, like, because they thought and believed that Martin Luther King Jr. got assassinated for a specific reason, all this other stuff. Like a couple years ago, they just now realized that it was like the government actually took a huge part into making this and silencing him.
Yeah.
But they also didn't what most people don't understand also about this man is because of the lack of information and the truth, like we've been talking about, is that there were a lot of inconsistencies with this man's history, with how he was, how he was portrayed. It wasn't all glitz and glamour or no peaceful stuff. It was a lot of fucked up shit. But you will never hear it because it's something that will bring people into it will make people think.
Yeah, it goes against the grain. So history is written by the victors. You know what I'm saying? So you never know the other side of history.
By the way, can we cancel certain things like what I just sent you in the chat? California legalizing pedophilia. Can we cancel stuff like that? The fuck?
Where the hell? Where did that? What?
I just posted it in the thing.
About?
No, look at the post of the guy who looks like JJ. Shout out to JJ, man. Love you.
Sorry, JJ.
Like
pedophilia. Wait. Hold on. Pedophilia is now legal in California. SB 145 passed. Now a 21-year-old man can have sex with an 11-year-old and not be listed on the Sex Registry Act as a sex offender. This is unbelievable, California. All right, so Google SB-145 and see exactly what that is. But if that's real, how did that get passed? How is this not on the news? How does nobody know about this?
Okay,
but let's cancel Pepe Le Pew.
But it goes with the same condescending bullshit as you ever Google old school laws in like every state, like it's illegal to fuck a giraffe.
Yeah.
Like stupid, like who wrote this shit? Who was like, it's illegal to have sex with your wife every day except for Sunday? Like who made these rules? Who made these laws? Like why were they?
Clearly it's in a response to something because you know
somebody was just mad.
like do not iron your clothes while wearing them, kind of warning labels or
like
caution, hot coffee is hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
but it was just it falls into the same stature. Like there's just so much. Somebody got angry. Somebody was put in a position to be able to legislate laws. And they did it. And for some reason it got passed under the fucking table. No one knows about it. No one knows about it. And then when it happens, it's like, yo, dude, that's illegal as fuck. And you're like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, if I wanted to fuck a donkey, I should be able to fuck a donkey. Like, no, bro, you'll go to jail for life, man. Like, you can't do that shit. Like, but it's my donkey. What I do inside my house with my donkey is my business.
That's the sad part about it. That of course he's being satirical, but the fact is that we don't have. What happened to him? It's just gone.
What the fuck?
Man just disappeared. See, he just got canceled.
Holy shit! Do you think that maybe they took him off?
Yes, they did. They kicked him off. And anyways, see, you guys are watching the video recap, but after that rousing display by Man, he literally just blinks off, like gone. So isn't that creepy? Stuff like
that is fucking yeah. I know. I feel like we're back in China.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, poof.
Poof,
God.
I'll see you get dragged off into your background because I can't see who's behind you.
It's a solid wall, but still, like.
Oh, okay.
I would still fear that anyway. Yeah.
But no, yeah, he's absolutely right. I wonder if we should wait for him to come back before we do our closing thoughts. What do you think? You think he's gonna come back?
It was his topic too.
It was his topic. Okay, you say something while I text him real quick.
Oh my God, what can I say about this? This was, first of all, this was an exhilarating, perfect topic to discuss. I can be on here talking about this stuff for hours upon hours.
Oh God, there's so many different examples. We could be on here for hours.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There he is.
We could
they canceled you, Manny.
They canceled you,
Manny. They canceled you.
What happened, Manny? I mean, that was so perfect. Like,
Joel and I were like, I threw the word donkey out there, and that was it. That was
Zuma's no.
I thought the communists got you for a second. They shut you in and out.
Yeah, we're like, holy shit. So Joe got scared. The first thing Joe said to me is, "Thank God I'm white." Because the minute it happened, that's the first thing he said to me. So
when you go ahead and recap on this video, Manny, that's not what the fuck I said.
He goes. I mean, literally, like I'm talking about like that cliche. Phew, God, I'm white. Just like that. So
I want to see what that looks like in the video recap. I got 30 seconds of craziness.
Dude,
no, instead I said, oh my God, I gotta hide my pet giraffe now.
So exactly. So all right, so let's wrap it up with final thoughts before we wrap up this episode. Manny.
So as we've been trying to push this entire episode, and hopefully people got it. They probably didn't. They're especially all the Karens out there and Kevins. The Kevins are so bad.
Oh, They are.
Just start before you choose to decide to cancel something and make something an agenda to fight against and feel so strongly about. Make sure that the people that it's supposed to, be obscene against and it's supposed to offend, make sure that they feel the same way about you. Don't be that person that's like, oh well, it bothers me that it should bother you, so therefore it should be just bothersome. No one cares. No one gives you shit. Yep. You're just an idiot that thinks on your own. Start thinking of yourself the other way. Okay, be like, oh, if this guy doesn't care about that, then maybe it's not that big of a deal. Start thinking for yourself and stop thinking for others.
Or maybe just let that race or that group advocate for themselves. Maybe. Right. That'd be great.
It makes no sense for a Caucasian person to be fighting for Asian people's rights. Like, who cares? Like, oh, I walked into a Chinese restaurant and I saw all them people back there cooking, and I was just like, holy hell, we gotta cut this shit out. Like,
what? How come they got egg rolls? I want organic.
I can't do that, man. I want more green in my egg roll because that's just what I want out of my life. Like, cut that shit out, man. Just stop. If it's not bothering them, it's not bothering anybody. Stop being that person. No one cares. You are just creating an illegitimate issue for somebody else to fight when there are more important shit to fight for. Stop. Yeah. Just stop. If you have that thought, punch yourself in the goddamn face.
That reminds me of when Joe, and he's a little younger, he tried to have a campaign against watermelon for Black people.
Oh my God!
Hold on, and he was like, this is offensive. We should not eat. We should not eat watermelon in front of Black people. And then so I remember I was with him, and I raised my hand. I said, "But Joe, I love watermelon. I'm saying, like, I really like it. I like the candy. I like the seed.
I fucking hate."
And so he backed down. But he listened to Black.
He forgets that we're gonna be in Dallas in like a couple of days.
He's gonna suffocate me. He's gonna suffocate my snoring ass when I sleep because you said watermelons, you motherfucker.
No, you're sleeping on the floor outside. You're not coming.
It's gonna be cold, man.
Now with your no, it's not. It's like in the 70s, 80s now.
Yes, massa. So
gender appropriation.
Yeah, exactly. I hope there's a Popeyes near us.
You know what? Hey, I don't like Popeyes. Make it really clear.
You know what? I don't like
Popeyes.
What's the next thing they're gonna cancel, bro? Colonel Sanders, because he looks like every white fucking
because fried chicken. Owner. Fried chicken is a Black man thing, okay? Shouldn't be no white honky 7 herbs and spices. So
like I don't. God. Just punch it. If you have an idea, just punch yourself in the face. And if it's still there, ask your Black friend if you have any. First, please.
Just put it out there on social media. See what happens. Why not?
I listen. Everything. This is what I actually needed this episode. Let me just first say that because
boost up your white privilege, or
no, I actually I needed this. I know you need a boost of something. I don't know what it is, but I needed this episode. This episode really was everything I was practically researching and talking about for a long time. Optics. Look, let me tell you something. The optics and the technology in the media nowadays are things that people need to understand, that not everything that you see is what you're really seeing. Not everything that you're seeing on the media is something that is really going on. When they go ahead and pin you against certain races, it's because there's an agenda behind it.
Oh yeah.
There's an agenda behind everything that's going on and what they're doing to basically destroy the middle, lower class. I'm not even going to talk about the wealthy class because they're pretty much fucking good. But there's always an agenda going on. And you need to understand that what we're canceling is, like these two fine gentlemen said, is nothing compared to what we should really be canceling.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just sent an article to these guys in our personal chat about California allegedly passing a bill to accept pedophilia. These are the things that we need to start canceling, not fucking transgender bullshit and Pepe Le Pew and, like, not these irrelevant topics that we don't need to even discuss. This is something that, like, I feel like people are bored to the point where we need to cancel everything. Let's just cancel let's canceling the manufacturing of white couches because they're too white. I like what I don't understand. Like,
could you imagine?
Like I literally
could you imagine canceling the color white. I can see now. Crayola leads the fight against the Caucasians by canceling the white crayon. They will now go to every crayon, and you will no longer have a white crayon in every Crayola box going forward because we support all the other shades of the rainbow. Could you imagine that? And the sad part about it is, that sounds like a real headline. Like something could really happen.
Look,
isn't that stupid as shit?
If Coca-Cola did what they did, I'm not surprised. This point, anything can happen.
I'm sure they'll get rid of black, brown, and white because it's just too and yellow because it's too culture appropriated. So they'll just be colored. They'll be determined to be something else at some other point.
Yeah,
which is, again, it's stupid.
Yeah, everything about that is just irrelevant.
Yeah. I did not grow up thinking the color brown was only for me, and it just offended me my entire life. Like, who cares? It's a color. Let it go. Watch the movie Frozen. Just let it go.
No, don't watch the movie Frozen. There's way too many honkies in that one. So I guess that's it. So that I mean, I don't have a final thought because I think this is just ridiculous. That's the whole point. I think we've become, and I've been saying this for a very long time in many different medias, that we've just become too sensitive, and we've allowed ourselves to become sensitive. We've allowed ourselves to become divided, and that's it. It's a shame, because if you just thought for a minute, why are we fighting this? Why are we arguing this? Why is this an issue? Who's making this an issue? I mean, that's all it is. All I ask is you guys to think for yourself. Ask who, what, where, why, and then jump on. If you still want to jump on, but at least you're more informed. But just jump on something and cancel something or someone without actually knowing why, or what the intention was. For example, Gina Carano, again, she might have gone about it the wrong way, but I know we know what she was trying to say. Why was she canceled? She said it in a particular way, but she didn't mean any malice behind it. The intent means something, but yet she was still canceled because of culturally offensive. What was, she didn't offend anyone. She didn't say anything wrong actually in the actual tweet. And you know what's so funny about it though, is that many people are all about it and have no idea exactly what she tweeted. They have no idea what the words were exactly. They just know, oh my God, she said something about the Holocaust, anti-Semitism. What did she say? I don't know. All I know is that this is what was said. Disney responded this way. Well, what did she say? You don't know what she said, and you probably don't care. But that's the bad part about it. Media tells you bad person is bad because they're bad, even if they were good up until yesterday. That's all you need to hear.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a shame. Yeah. So I just think for yourself. So with that being said, that's it for Last of the Nice Guys podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Manny.
I am Joseph.
And thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.